Now to the Texas Senate race. Tonight, Senator Ted Cruz and Congressman Allred square off in Dallas for their first and only debate. Our Eye on Politics reporter Jack Fink is live in downtown Dallas. So, Jack, what are you expecting will happen tonight?
Hey there, Karen. I expect there are going to be some fireworks tonight on a number of issues, including the economy and inflation, taxes, abortion for sure, and border security. And you know, this Senate race has become more competitive in the polling in the last month or so. And Democratic Congressman Allred of Dallas continues to outraise two-term Republican incumbent Senator Ted Cruz by millions of dollars. Allred has criticized Cruz for helping to keep what was considered a bipartisan border security bill developed in the Senate that would have tightened the asylum laws, hired more border agents, and brought in more technology. Cruz has said he opposed it because it allowed too many migrants into the U.S. before shutting down the border, and that he backed a House bill instead. Cruz has criticized Allred for calling the border wall racist in 2017 when he started running for Congress, and then appearing in front of the wall in some of his TV commercials. I interviewed both Allred and Cruz last week, and I can tell you this issue came up.
He has pledged to personally tear down, quote, that racist border wall, and yet he's right now running millions of dollars of TV ads with him posing in front of the thing he calls that racist border wall. That is a real disconnect between his record and what he's trying to convince the voters of Texas he stands for.
When people were talking about this, especially back 6 years ago, we're talking about more of a symbol than what I consider to be responsible border security. And that's what I've always opposed, is symbols that can make us seem like we're something else, that can also be used to target others in Texas, to make them feel like they're not welcome here. And that was what I was worried about at the time. That's what I'm still worried about.
Now, there's also a new poll out today in the Texas Senate race, and this survey by the University of Houston's Hobby School of Public Affairs shows Cruz leading Allred by 4 percentage points, 50% to 46%. 3% say they're undecided, while 1% say they're voting for Libertarian Ted Brown. Now, as I said before, abortion is going to be coming up tonight. Allred and his campaign have really made this one of their centerpieces, a lot of messaging on this, where they have featured Texas women who've had troubled pregnancies who had to leave the state of Texas to get an abortion. They have come out and repeatedly spoken on Allred's behalf. They're going to be holding a news conference here shortly. We'll tell you a little bit about what they said, plus what the candidates told me about the abortion issue, coming up at 5 o'clock. For now, we're live in downtown Dallas. Jack Fink, CBS News, Texas.